Okay, so task 3 and task 4 are both annotation tasks. Um, and I'm going to explain them both to you in this video, okay? So the first one, you can see here on slide 9, is to highlight and annotate, focusing on Rita and the way that she's changing. I've given you some specific focuses in the middle there. Evidence of Rita attempting to become more formal, evidence of Rita's emotions and feelings, and Rita's growing confidence in her education. I should have also said evidence of there. So for each annotation, you need to aim to explain what the language is showing and how the audience might feel, imagine, or think. So, for example, the adjective normal suggests Rita feels comfortable around Frank, and that's even better if you can put it on to say because then you're explaining how or why. So if we go on to the extract, and I'll just give you an example of how I would do that, okay? So reverting to her normal voice, okay, straight away. Okay, so I come over, press the comment function, and then I'm just going to type in shows Rita had been affecting a different accent, probably more middle class with less provincial features. Provincial means like regional. So if you say that someone has provincial speech, they have an accent, basically. You can tell where they come from. But it's normally denotes working class. Shows her moving from working to middle class in her. One thing that I did want to say, just while we were on this, is that she doesn't swear in this scene. I meant to say it in the last video, actually. There's a bit where I would have expected her earlier on, when she's talking about Tiger, or no, she's talking about the first guy. She says that she calls him an idiot, doesn't she, somewhere? Or like this kind of place when he says they don't half come out of some rubbish. I think she'd normally have said bullshit or put the F word in there somewhere. So you can tell by the lack of swearing as well that she's becoming more accustomed to talking in this situation. Then if you come down to slide 11, you've got a second vocabulary task, task 4, and this is about finding new words, okay? So task A is to highlight 5 formal or ambitious language choices in the text. The example here is lawn. And also, we have an example of wary on slide 12, so I'm going to show you that example in a minute. Secondly, complete task B. So you need to write down either the meaning or the synonyms of the words. If you're gold or platinum, you're going to write down more interesting or more ambitious synonyms to go with the word. But also you should be writing a definition as well, okay? So if we go back to the slide, if I just read through it a little bit, okay, so she says, yes, I was starting to talk to some students on the lawn. So you don't have to annotate this one because you're going to write about it in the next slide, but just highlight it. So you're highlighting all of those formal words, okay? Reverting. I know it's not a word that Rita says, but it is a word that Russell uses. That's a very formal word, okay? And then what you would do is you come back to slides, go down to slide 12, and you can see the word wary was further on in the extract when Frank says you to be very wary of the students. So the definition is feeling or showing caution about possible dangers or problems. And then the synonyms are cautious, careful, prudent, and circumspect. So you can do that for 5 different words. That would be absolutely fabulous. And then your learning for lesson 1 is done. Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, your learning for lesson 1 is done. Confusing myself there. So you're going to move on to lesson 2 on formal letters. If you've still got time in today's lesson, you can move on to that now. But if not, you're going to wait, and next time your lesson is timetabled, move on to that, please. As usual, ask me any questions, email me. I can ring you if there are any problems.